Hi, I'm Raven, your local pastry-based life form. I have been absent from the internet for an extended period of time due to the many horrors of both capitalism and the failures of the human body. I've been returned to you in PNG form to say that I'm insane and I'm going to do a HRCYED 2.0 and 3.0 consecutively. Because why not? Here's the thing. My big plan for this year is to read, sort through, and organize as many of the books that are in my house as possible. Primarily with the purpose of moving it all into one room instead of scattered all over and to figure out what I actually want to keep. At the moment, it's all jumbled up after moving houses. And even though I've been here for a while now, there've been bigger problems to deal with than finding where the hell book number 4 of the Princess Diaries has disappeared to. Everything that I'm not personally keeping is either being shared with my siblings, a friend, going to a second-hand store, or, if it's been damaged beyond saving, being recycled. As much as it hurts my heart for a book to die such a death, I'm willing to perform surgery on candidates that are worth saving. But some are dead. There is no saving them. There's no amount of PVA glue or hot glue that will save them. So, because of this goal, I feel like HRCYED is particularly helpful within the process of doing that. What is HRCYED? I hear someone say. I have a link to QWERTY's explanation below in the description. But basically, it's a reading challenge with a large number of prompts that you fulfill by reading books that match said prompt, like read a book that has the colour orange in the title. I found HRCYED 2 in January, and I've put a pretty decent dent in the prompt so far, but I got a little bummed out and busy with work in May, so I've been taking a little break. Now that 3.0 is about to start, I'm feeling invigorated again, and I'm ready to pick stuff back up. Participating in 2.0 really helped me to combat my writing burnout that I had pretty severely at the start of the year after a tremendously busy 2025 writing year. I cannot explain to you the amount of words that came out of me last year and the amount that haven't this year. I think at this point last year I'd already written 90,000 words, and would go on to do over 200,000, and that's not happened this year. Let's say. Last year I read about 50 books in several genres and reading ages, from children's picture books to fantasy tomes. You know, when you like go to the library and you see them and you're like, "Ooh, I don't think I can read that in 21 days." Not for this doorstep of a book. I used to read a lot as a kid and a teenager, and I want to get back into doing that. I also think that HRCYED is something that will help me read more new books and more new authors, because I'm very much the sort of person who is like, I like these books that I read when I was 15, and I'm not trying anything new or a new person. And I'm trying to bust out of that. I'm mostly a sci-fi and fantasy reader, and although that I know that there are good books in other genres out there waiting for me, it's a little scary to suddenly change lane like that. I want to say that although I'm going to do my very best to follow the rules of the challenge as best I can, I plotted out what books I want to use for the prompts of HRCYED 3 during a heat wave that may have melted my brain. So I'm not 100% sure that I'm right about, like my understanding of what I'm meant to be doing. Even though QWERTY gave really good descriptions for the prompts, and um, I listened to the stream she did where she explained the questions people had. The FAQ stream is what I'm trying to say. But I'm still not 100% sure that I'm doing it properly in the parts where I'm trying to do it properly. Because I have a prompt that I completely misunderstood, and I planned a load of books for, and then when I went to go put them in the spreadsheet, uh, I realized I don't need any of these books. So I don't know, add them on at the end of everything as a bonus thing for myself because I I don't think my brain will let me throw away the work that I did to sort that out. We can call it, we can add that prompt on at the end and be like, hey, I fucked up. The I fucked this up prompt. So yeah, extra credit for me, and my brain will not hate me for it. Possibly. The only one that I'm truly actively going rogue on is title length. I realized after planning out all the books I was going to use that we weren't meant to use the subtitle in the length of the title, which probably, which I probably should have realized, but I've done it, and I'm sorry. That's what I'm doing. Maybe I'm not going to add that to like the official uh stuff. That's you know, it's the only one where I'm actively ignoring the rules. But for the rest, I'm genuinely actively trying to do my best. When picking books for to fill the prompts, especially for 3.0, I've prioritized ones that I have physically in my house right now. And any prompt that I couldn't fill that way, I've either pulled physical titles from my local library, which is quite small, or from their collection on Libby, which is somehow quite extensive, or I've used online resources such as Project Gutenberg. I think doing it this way means that I'm going to have a really good mix of types of book and publication, yeah. But it's likely that they're going to be work. There's probably going to be someone in there that's done something crazy, and I don't realize they've done that. And then everyone's going to be like, they're cancelled for something terrible. They're a terrible person. Um, I genuinely only really keep up with like book-based drama or controversies, so I might genuinely not know things that have happened. But I'm willing to learn if people want to tell me what's going on. Um, and I want people to keep in mind that like I'm getting rid of books. That's the point of my year-long um attempt to read stuff is to decide, am I keeping it? Like, yeah, just because I'm reading it doesn't mean that I'm like, this is a great book. Because I read stuff for 2.0 and I've been like, I hate this book. I have very few 5 stars for the ones that I've read for 2.0. Um, most books have been a 3 because I don't hate myself enough to put a lot of books in there that I know that I'm not gonna like. I try to mix things up. Um, I put some books in along the way there. I'm like, I know I like this book. I've read it before. It's a reread, but I've not read it in a very long time. It's like a little reward for myself to keep going because otherwise it would be miserable. Read only books you don't like would be awful and a way to set up yourself up for failure. Um, so far, out of all the prompts, the one that I found hardest to fill with books is the periodic table prompt because for some reason my brain just thought that tin wasn't an element. I think I was thinking of bronze because tin is a part of bronze. I'm pretty sure. Don't quote me on that. Which all of that tells you how long it's been since I last studied chemistry. Another way that I'm not doing it in a way that I've seen other people do it is that I'm not just reading adult and YA books because it feels like I would burn out really easily that way. I'm going to read everything from children's books to middle school, middle school age books, YA, adult, everything. Some of those are going to have low page count, but I need to get through these books, my friend. And if that helps me not burn out, great. And depending on how long it takes me to get through all the things, I might then go back and look at ones that have a really low page count, substitute it with something longer if I can find it and we have time. We'll see. This might be me just like being very overly optimistic about how much we're going to get through. I don't know what I'm going to do about video updates and stuff like that. I might make book reviews, but do intend to talk about what I've read in some capacity. I don't know how in depth that will be. The only real plan that I've made so far is to write down quotes from books that I've liked so far, because that's what I've done so far in HRCYED 2 is like write down the title of a book and then like quotes from it that I like. Um, I might write down just like little notes about how I feel as I'm reading it, because I don't know, I read a book and I like experience it, and then my brain is like, and we forget everything once it's done. So, um, yeah, I'm someone who's very bad at writing book reports in school, in that I can't condense the plot. I used to just write out the plot, but in a different way, and it would drive my teachers insane because they would be like, Raven, condense it, condense it. And I would be like, I don't know. All the plot points are important. So probably if I make videos, they're going to be more vibe based than anything else. They might be like the mini drama reviews that I have on this channel, um, in the shorts, or there might be a bigger video once a month where I just talk about all the books that I've read that month, or maybe once a week if I'm like really steaming through books. But that might be, like I said, optimistic. Honestly, maybe I do one per book that I finished. I don't know. Like, depends on number again. How much time I have to do this. 'Cause I'm busy. Um, and sometimes I read a book and I just don't have anything to say for it other than I like this book, or I don't like this book, and I can't explain to you why. Uh, Fun so far. I've catalogued all the physical books that I have from my collection, so I know where they are. And I'm going to stack them in the prompt categories so that if I feel like it, I can do it prompt by prompt. But I don't think that's going to happen because I'm way more of a vibes based reader. And if if I make a plan, I feel like I'm forced to stay on it, and then I don't want to do it. If it's like, you must read this book next, my brain just goes, well, I don't want to read it now then. So I'm just not going to read. And that's not the point of the challenge. So the plan is to have a plan, but not to force myself to stay on the plan. But I want to prioritize in the order of reading all the books in the prompt categories, all the library ones, because my library's small. There aren't multiple copies of a lot of the books that I have in it. It's only one, and there's a book that I have on hold on Libby. The waiting list for is several months. Um, and I don't want to get to June and realize, fuck, all the books that I have left have 8 months waiting lists on them, and then that's how I don't finish. So I'm going to try and keep like at least 3 books on hold that way. Um, Like right now, I have yesteryear. I have that has a 6 weeks wait on it at least. I'm six in line, but I started 21st. Um, there's 6 weeks wait for Red Winter. Um, and in the color, I needed two silvers because I chose silver for um the periodic table prompt, and there's also silver in the color prompt. So I already had, sorry, I already had an idea for one of the silvers, but I saw that they had Quicksilver on audiobook, and I've seen a lot of people say that they either love it or they hate it. But I'm excited for either outcome. I love to love something. I also love to hate it. Um, but that audiobook is the one that has several months wait on it because I'm 22nd in line. Um, and when we coming to the end of the video, the real question a lot of people have is, why am I doing both of these together? And as I said earlier, why not? There's nothing to lose from trying to do them both at the same time other than my mental health. It's already bad. Uh, I mean, I've already sorted out all the books for 2.0. Um, I'm going to read them if I'm going to get through all the books that I have. So I might as well read them at the same part. And I don't know, yes, I'm doing it. Leave me alone. I'm going to reveal books, apart from the three that I've told you about, obviously, as I read them. And I'm going to start HRCYED 3.0 on the 7th. And that's all I have to say for now. Hope to see you around in like a week or two to tell you about how 3.0 is going and catch you up on 2.0. Um, yeah, I might make a separate video that's like, this is everything that I've filled so far on 2.0. We'll see. Stay safe out there.